Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to our video presentation. In this session, we would like to concentrate on presenting section in a business email. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce our team. First, Aditya Misbah Lesmana. The second is Evi Safitri. Third, it's me, Hanifah Maulidia Madani. And the last, it is Rainer Al-Rashid. We are from group 2. Okay, next. The subtopic we will discuss is what's business email do's and don'ts, structure of an email, phrases used in business emails. Okay, I'll begin by what is email? Email or electronic mail is a service that can be used to send information or messages with electronic media, especially the internet. So, business emails are simply emails that are used to communicate with your business stakeholders. Next slide will be presented by Aditya Misbah.
Okay, thank you, Hanifah. Secondly, is business email do and don'ts. Will email has offered business people the opportunity to communicate on a more casual levels? It should always be handled professionally. Here are some helpful do's and don'ts of email communication. Effie, please, next slide. Okay, in do's, first is consider your readers. It is good practice to ask yourself how your readers may reach to what you have written. Second is provide a clear, specific subject line. Third, use excerpt from previous messages to clarify what you are replying to. Remove long lists of recipients' name and addresses. Strike a balance between formal and casual language. Read and then reread your message before you send it. Be sure that your message is clear and grammatical. And then K in your name at the end of your message. It identifies you as the sender and its common courtesy. Acknowledge receipt of message promptly. If you are going to be out of the office, use auto-respond message. The last for those is observe the common practice of your company. Every company has our custom and ways of doing things. If you are not familiar with a new system, ask someone who is before sending message. Okay, now switch to business email don'ts. Most of these rules are practice that are inappropriate in any form of business communication because they are either rude or unprofessional. First, never substitute email for necessary face-to-face meeting, especially when praising work well done. Reprimanding someone or firing someone, such communication should be handled in person if possible. Never assumes that email is private. Don't assume that everyone read email immediately. Never send an angry message via email. There is no time is business when such correspondence is appropriate. Never send an email message written in capital letters like this. Using all capital letters in any context is regarded as the email equivalent of shootings. Never forward jokes, spam, chain letters, or advertisement. Don't reply to everyone who receive an email unless it's relevant to them last. Don't use email for any illegal or unethical purpose. This goes without saying. Okay, it's from me. The next slide will be continued by Rena Rashid.
Okay, thank you, Adit. The next is structure of an email. There is a standard structure for emails. Email contents are primarily classified as two, the header and the body. We are going to see the contents come under the two subparts. Okay, next slide. Okay, number one is the header. The email header gives us common details about the message, such as the unique identity of the message. The detail of the user of the from end to ends are also stored here. Okay, in this header, there are several sections, namely in this first subject. The subject part is the topic of the message. In most email systems, if the content view of the folders is set to view each message separately, the subject part also will be visible with the user's name. The subject fields are scanned by the spam scanners to evaluate the message. Next, sender or from. This field describes the from address of the email. This will specify the sender's email address. Usually, it will be the reply to address. Next, date and time received. This is the date and time the message received. Next, reply to. This field describes the email address that will become the recipient of the reply to the particular email. When you reply, it will go to this email address despite the sender email address. Next, recipient or to. This is the first or last name of the email recipient as configured by the sender. Next, recipient email address. The email address of the recipient is specified here. And the last, attachment. Some emails could be attached with file such as text, image, audio, video, and etc. These files are specified here. Okay, next slide. Okay, the second is body. The actual content is stored in this part. This will be in the format of text. This field could also include signatures or text generated automatically by the sender's email system. As we mentioned earlier, the contents of the emails can be varied according to the different email system used by each user. Okay, the next slide will be continued by my friend Evi Savitri.
Okay, this slide about phrases used in business emails. Business emails are not always formal, but of course they must be professional. This means that you can just make a business email because it must be objective, polite, accurate, both in writing and grammar. Okay, to create a true business emails, there are several things that must be considered, namely one, the opening, which contains the reason you made the email, and the second is sentence structure, namely choosing the right expression sentence to state a certain function, be it opening, addition, closing sentence, and so on. The last is write at the right level, namely whether the email is formal, informal, or even informal. This is an easy thing, especially for people who are not native English speakers. Okay, the one is opening. Examples of phrases that can be used in opening greetings are like dear sir, and dear Mr. or Mrs. And the third is hi. Use the name, and the last is dear all. Well, for the opening sentence, you can use the following sample, like one is in response to your previous email, or to respond to your previous email, and then I'm writing to reply your email at 20 July, blah, 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 or I'm writing this email to reply to your email on July 20, blah, blah, blah. And then thank you for your email yesterday about blah, blah, blah. And the last is sorry, it took me so long to get back to you, or sorry, it took me so long to reply to you. Okay, the next slide is about content. In the body of email itself, you can use some of phrases or example sentence below. Like one is, I would like to inform you about blah, blah, blah. And the second is, for your reference, please find the document attached, or for reference, please see the attached document. The third is, I have a question about blah, blah, blah. The fourth is, we are sorry to announce you about blah, blah, blah. And the last is, we are happy to let you know blah, blah, blah. Okay, the next slide will be continued by Anita.
Thank you, Effie. The last part of phrases used in business email is closing. When composing an email, make sure you also include a closing statement or closing sentence. For the example, you can use the following phrases and sentences. I would appreciate that you're replying to this email as soon as possible. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to inform me. Or if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to seeing you at blah blah blah. I hope we have a chance to discuss this matter, or I hope we have the opportunity to discuss this. And the last is thanks for your attention or understanding. Next. To end the email, you can insert a phrase like best regards, warm regards, yours sincerely, and best wishes, etc. Okay, I think that's enough from group 2. So sorry for any mistakes and thank you for watching this video. See you all.